All right, welcome back to the Couch Live here on Rock100DIZ.com. And, of course, HolisticLifestylesRadio.com and WWNN 1470 AM out of Pompano Beach. Hi, everybody. This is the YouTube segment for the Couch Live, brought to you by DLMSuccess.usana.com. That's DLMSuccess.usana.com. I know I'm in a different seat. I'm in the middle seat. I'm in Dr. Hoffman's seat. Obviously, you know what I noticed is last time I said on the right, and on the YouTube segment, everything is flipped backwards. So when I say right, they're probably thinking, "What an idiot! That person's on his left." You know, but
actually, you're in the middle.
Yeah, and my wife actually brought up a really good comment. So I have to mention on the YouTube segment that if you ever watch the YouTube segments, yes, I am married. No, I didn't switch my ring finger to the other hand. That camera, for some reason, flips everything backwards. She sees it. She goes, "Why don't you have your wedding ring on?"
Good, nice.
I do.
Nice.
It's on my left hand, but on the YouTube segment, that's my right hand. Isn't that weird? So you're my proof, Pastor Ray. Pastor Ray would never lie. And this is Pastor Ray. He's here joining us today. That's my brother-in-law. Say hi.
Hi. Good to be here with you.
Excellent.
Did his voice just crack?
He's going through puberty. And then, of course, we have Denise McLean Solis, our co-host over here. How you doing, Denise?
I'm great. How are you?
You look a little in the dark over there. I'm looking at you.
I'm always in the dark.
You're always in the dark? That's right. You know, and then I am in the middle seat. Of course, Captain Chris Hill is the voice you hear. And even Teddy's in the studio today. How you doing, Teddy?
I'm doing great, brother.
Excellent, excellent. Good friend from way, way back. And, of course, we're talking about spirituality today on the Couch Live. We're talking about, is spirituality, what are the difference between spirituality and religion? The difference between spirituality and religion, and is that necessary for recovery? So, first of all, let's go to some definition kind of things from you, Pastor Ray, since you're in here with us today. What is the difference in your mind from spirituality and religion?
To me, spirituality would be like something outside of ourselves. Do you believe in God? Do you believe in angels? Do you believe in a higher power? Mm-hmm. Where religion is something that I always tell people, religion is something that man made up, you know, with different denominations and things like that. Mm-hmm. And so, you know, people, like they say, I'm spiritual, mm-hmm. but I'm not religious. Mm-hmm. To me, that always says I do believe in a higher power mm-hmm. or something outside of myself, but mm-hmm. I'm not involved in a set of dogmas of a organized religion, so to speak.
Wow.
I'm
impressed with that coming from a
now,
pastor. I'm impressed with that.
Now, was that a good answer?
That was a good answer.
Boy, if you listen to the first segment, Dr. Hoffman, we're going to be making fun of for a long time on that first segment. Dr. Hoffman's not with us today. He's going off to Canada to go pick up his family. So that was a good answer.
Yeah.
Well, thank you.
I like that. Now, Denise, you want to add to that?
Well, he mentioned higher power, and it
Okay.
reminded me of a story my son told me when he was in rehab, actually.
Okay.
He came out the first time I got to see him about a week after he's in there, and he says, you know, they're telling us about the higher power, and this and that, and he says, and I see this guy walking around, and he's got around his neck a cover for an electrical plug. You know, the covers that go over the plugs. You know, the little covers in your house. Yeah. Okay, and he's wearing one of those around his neck.
Interesting.
And I said, really? What has that got to do with anything? Well, his higher power is electricity. So he wears that around his neck. I said, well, I guess, you know, that's something different to everybody. And that proves it right there. There's a...
Yeah, that's...
Doesn't make him normal, but it does.
There you go.
Make him believe in something.
Well, I'm telling you, you know, when I flip that switch, I expect that light to go on. I have complete faith in that light.
That light's going to go on.
You know, and when it doesn't go on, I'm just like, I'll flick it a few times, you know.
You have higher faith in Florida Power. That's what it is.
I have a high faith in Florida Power and the people that build the bridges, because I drive over it every time before getting out of the car and just walking it, checking it. No, I just drive right over it. I don't check the tires. I have a lot of faith in a lot of things, and that's where, you know, I like the way you said it. And of course, we got a comment over there from the Peanut Gallery that says spirituality is natural and religion requires tithes and offerings. That's true too.
Right.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah. That's true.
So let me see. Religion's going to cost me money, and spirituality I get free. Is that what it is?
Right. Even as a pastor, I'll just say this.
I know.
We don't require anybody to give anything.
There you go. You defend yourself.
A lot of people believe that, you know, when you go into a church that you have to put something in an offering plate.
Yeah.
I always say that's between you and God.
That's right.
And that should be something that's personal between you and God. I don't make anybody give a certain amount And of course, as a pastor, I stay as far away from the money as I can. I don't count it. I don't take it to the bank. I don't even know what everybody gives. So.
You know, and that's, you know, this is really unique about you and the way you believe. Because I've known you for many years now. What, about 20 years?
Right.
About 20 years I've known Pastor Ray. And so I knew him before he was a pastor.
Right.
And let me tell you, no, don't worry, I'm not going to get into anything. we got
right.
stuff on each other. It doesn't matter.
Right.
But anyway, the thing is that I've known you to be a very good person no matter, I mean, from day one. From day one I met you, you're always probably one of the most kindest people I've ever met. And when you talk about this subject, like you have to bring up this subject with Pastor Ray.
Right.
This is not a subject that you come up with. I mean,
Right.
we have people that we've both known that they speak about religion
all the time.
and we're just like, okay, and you stay quiet,
Right.
even though you have education in this
Right.
in this. So I'm glad you came here today, and I'm having you talk about it because we never talk about this.
Right.
Because you know my the way I believe, I know the way you believe, and
Right.
this, you know, isn't that odd? It's never, he's not pushy, you know, and this guy knows his stuff on it. So I like the way you answered
That's
that.
good.
So further expound on the religion part. So when you go to a 12-step meeting, I don't know if you've ever attended a 12-step meeting or
I
you know
have.
how they run. Okay, so when they do their deal, the way it's done, and there's prayers done and stuff like that.
Right.
Is that in a way that you find should be offensive, or how would you explain that to somebody who would find that offensive or find that problematic?
Somebody that at a 12-step program.
Yeah, they go to a
that-
12-step program, and
Right.
sometimes they come back and they go, "Oh, I didn't like all that God stuff." How would you address it? Because you have a real cool way of.
I would just say
discussing.
that each person is individual. I've got work with Celebration Recovery,
Mhm.
which is Christian based.
Yes.
So that's never an issue there. But I have been to other places, and they just say if you want to pray, pray. Kind of like they
Mhm.
do in school now.
Okay.
That if they have the prayer, if there's sometimes there's prayer in school, and it's always on a personal level that
Okay.
you don't have to pray. But if it's part of the program, then either side shouldn't be offended.
Yeah.
I don't believe, so I don't pray. Well, that's okay.
Okay.
And you see what I'm saying? The respect of each other's beliefs.
Just have the respect.
The respect is the top line for me on that.
Okay.
It'd be about respect.
And of course, my feeling is this: spirituality is about purpose. I believe you have to have some sort of purpose, some sort of thing that you're shooting for. Again, like what Dr. Hoffman did, what I did understand from that answer is the part of saying that if you're shooting for nothing, then what is all this worth?
Yeah,
You
what's
know,
the
it's
point?
there's got to be some sort of value in your life. Plus, there's got to be some sort of outside rule. Like if I do something wrong, I got to be able to pay for it somehow. Because if there's no payment, then I should be able to do anything I want. I could be mean, I could hurt, I could kill. And if there's no ultimate payment or ultimate thing that
Karma.
I got to deal with, you know what I'm saying? So spirituality is just that faith that there's a purpose, some sort of guideline for yourself, your morals, your values, all that stuff. And religion, just like you said, there's some sort of dogma already written down in biblical form or some sort of writing that kind of puts it in order. So anyway, that's our quick answer right here on the YouTube segment. We'll be back on the Couch Live and talk about more of it. If you ever want more information on the Couch Live, go to thedopedoctor.com and look it up. And thanks for our sponsors. Thanks to DLMSuccess.usana.com. Thanks to HolisticLifestylesRadio.com and WWNN 1470 AM out of Pompano Beach. We'll be back on the Couch Live right after this.